Alright, so here we are in Sicklerville, New Jersey to check out the Carnival of Collectibles antique store, and they're having a toy show outside. You know, when there's toy shows, you'll find Draculas. So let's go see what we can find. This was actually turned out to be the best stand. The toy show was the first stand. This guy had so much like cool vintage stuff. Once you get past this right here, starting from like right here, it was all oddball stuff like DuckTales backpacks and like, you know,
Garbage Pail Kid stickers or something.
All these like different things, you know, like you'll see right here, like Garbage Pail balloons.
Yeah.
There was a couple like
the little
weird
monkey
things,
on
like
roller skates.
Evil Knievel bike flag. Like I've never seen that before. That Evil Knievel bike flag. Weird stuff. Slurpee cups and
there's
that. I mean, I've never seen that before. You know, it's just a cool
Michael Jackson rub and play transfers and Gremlin stickers.
Magic Octopus. Never seen it.
It was like a lot of like rack toy stuff too, which is cool to see. Like just weird miscellaneous stuff. I think we definitely spent the most time outdoors at this one.
The Gremlins notebook.
And the most money at this stand.
Yeah, it had cool stuff. Really like unique, different weirdo type things.
Yeah, like where else are you going to see?
Which is nice to see because a lot of times you see the same stuff over and over and over again. You see the G1 Transformers, you see the He-Man figures, you see the, you know, all that stuff. So when you see like oddball stuff, which is what I'm buying right there. Weird things.
Weird things are the best though. And then this is just back into that same stand just because we kind of kept winding up.
Well, he kept putting things out. He kept putting things out. So it was like they were
still setting up when we got there.
Yeah, and there was boxes all under the table. So it was like you had to keep going back to see like what else you can find. I've said that before too. Like when you're at flea markets, sometimes you can be too early. Being the early bird there, you can be a little too early. You'll miss stuff that gets put out after you leave. So sometimes it is good to
get there early and keep circling back.
Circle back. Do the circle back, yeah.
The circle back is crucial. But it was so ridiculously hot this day, too, that it was just like, it was hard to even think straight. Like, I felt bad for the vendors. It just turned out to be so hot that day. That is really cool.
Pac-Man color forms.
Yeah, lots of... And Vampirella, of all things, like, just out of nowhere. But she was not in her box.
Yeah, back in Vampirella's box.
It was too hot for her, even. And she's wearing literally nothing. So, if it's too hot for Vampirella, it was too hot for the rest of us. All us nerds out there going through all this stuff, so... But there was just so much to look through. Like, even, like, all these DVDs that are here. Like, just a lot of cool oddball stuff. There wasn't a lot of vendors, but there was a lot of variety.
Creepy Crawlers set.
Yes.
There it is.
I mean, we had the Creepy Crawlers in the 90s, too, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I think we all got burnt on them, but it was fun.
I never had that. I never had Creepy Crawlers. No.
I had Creepy Crawlers, and I had Dr. Dreadful, and I loved both of those. I think they were out around the same time.
I think my parents knew better than to give me that. I'd probably set myself on fire or something, you know.
Kind of an accident-prone kid.
Dino Mutt. That's cool.
That's cute. Oh.
It's like the superhero Scooby-Doo.
That's a cool
They tried that Scooby-Doo formula so many times.
Yeah.
There was like Goober and the Ghost Chasers, and there was like there's so many of that formula.
Knockoff Scooby-Doos. These are cool. I mean, you know, it's more recent stuff, but anytime you get to see Universal Monsters,
well, you think it's recent, you know, because like you get accustomed to that,
but it's really not that recent.
90s, dude. You're going back like 25 years. Some of these things,
30 years now.
25, 30 years old.
That's insane.
Yeah. I know.
Make you feel old right there. But they're cool. They're still cool figures. Yeah.
It's a great figure.
A lot of great figures. And just cool, weird little, like, trinkets.
Monster in my pockets.
Yes.
Those were neat.
They were.
Those were a cool thing.
They really were. I wish.
I had like the Muscle Men, and like those were fun to play with, but the Monster in my pockets were like just extra.
Well, they're monsters, so they're gonna be even cool. I mean, you know, Muscle Men were kind of monsterish in a lot of cases too. This little Mickey was cool.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Put it back, Winona. That's funny. There had to be a find of those patches.
I know.
Had to be. Wow. Dang. That's crazy up there, isn't it? Wow. Lots of cool stuff in here. Lots of different things. I think this is where I got that Not of This Earth poster was a stand.
Yeah, it
See
was
the
a little bit
uranium
further down.
glass?
I love it.
That stuff is so cool.
It really is.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, that neat little dish. Like, it looks like there's, like, a lady laying in it.
Yeah.
I've never seen uranium glass like that, that's for sure. And to pair the old vintage masks with the uranium glass looked really cool. Made a great display.
That was the best display in there, I think.
Yeah.
That was the coolest setup. What a cool idea to do that.
Yeah, and then this was a strange room. There's, like, it's a lot of vintage stuff, but then it's, like, it's very random. There's the biggest supply of velvet paintings I think I've ever seen. Like, there was a velvet Malcolm X in there. I didn't even know those existed. Like, just, like, the most random velvet paintings. Yeah, those are really cool.
Blinky party favors.
Anything with a little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern face. Yeah.
It's cool to see 80s rack toys like that. Well, not rack toys, but
Halloween novelty.
Decorations. But they're like rack Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
The cheap stuff
Uncle
that...
Brewster bags.
Yeah. Like you'd see at the dollar store type stuff.
Like, where would you even find that?
Dingling pencils.
There you go. Some pencils for you. Freaky Freezies.
That's awesome that they had this many of these, honestly.
Yeah, those are awesome.
They really are.
Awesome. I had those when I was a little kid.
I never had those.
I had the little race car ones, man. Those were great.
I wish I had them. If it wasn't 95 degrees that day, I might have gotten some, but to think of anything cold.
Well, those New England winters were brutal when you were a little chubby kid.
And down here, too.
Gotta have your Freaky Freezies. Although that said Freezy Freakies, so I'm confused as to what they were originally called.
Probably,
in my mind, I think they were Freaky Freezies.
Maybe they changed it when they came back out for copyright reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. No, they own the copyright. They're the original designs and stuff. So
I don't know. We always had like
that's what I call them.
Bootleg stuff, the we have it at home type stuff.
Yeah.
Or just like there's like discount gloves and like you had to put saran wrap on your hands underneath.
Ouija board, forget that. I don't know why anybody would buy Ouija boards in this place.
No, a used Ouija board is like a bad idea.
Those are those AJ Renzi, King Kong banks.
Those are cool.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah,
I always see people buy the Ouija boards too. So.
Dude, buying like used Ouija boards is like the spiritual equivalent of like old underwear. Like it's just a really bad idea. Like bad stuff's gonna happen.
Ouija boards to used panties. Only you could do that. Only you.
I know,
could
but
drag
think about
down the rabbit hole.
Think about it. If that
That's
thing's got
cool.
like a demon in it, like maybe it's haunted by the fawns. I don't know.
God. The fawns. Oh,
that's cute.
Bubble guns.
That is adorable, actually. I love stuff like that. That's a rack toy.
$95 though was
yeah, it's a little crazy.
Excessive for that.
There was, speaking of rack toys though, there was a lot of rack toys in this antique mall, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Like I think of all the stuff there, that's probably the highest percentage of like stuff that we're interested in anyway. But these are cute. I love these little things.
The little knick-knack.
Yeah.
Like salt and pepper.
And somehow another Evel Knievel bike flag.
I think that was the same dealer. I think he just had like some stuff outside and some stuff
that
inside.
Makes sense.
There's no way two people had those
weirdest
Evel Knievels.
coincidence.
There's no way.
Yeah, and it's always cute to see Christmas stuff too. Like I love the vintage Christmas stuff. It reminds me of my grandma and her stuff.
It's Herman. What do you think? Anything good?
Got a Pharaoh and Jesus all puzzle.
That's the most iconic poster, I think, of all time.
Definitely.
They sold millions of those, they said, or something.
I would imagine so. Pretty sure every...
It was cold where Pharaoh was.
Yeah. It was too cold for a bathing suit, miss.
Too cold on the beach. Incredible Hulk. Ben Casey. That's cool. Even though I'm not like necessarily a fan of the particular shows they made games on and stuff, I just love seeing the old board games and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
a lot of that.
Soupy sales.
Yep. My baby's got a crush on Frankenstein.
Classic.
She sure does. Need stuff.
A lot of trinkets.
That's the thing with most of these stores is like that's why you gotta look through
You
different
spend hours.
things. Yeah, you gotta spend the time. I never even knew they made that. Baywatch Water
Yeah.
Rescue. Like, to take it in the pool with you or the
Yeah.
bath. Like, who knew they made Baywatch bath toys? That's crazy.
Like, who was getting them, though?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't a kid's show.
I know.
So why are they, like, making
Although
kids
this kid
show?
liked it. So
I know, you definitely appreciated Baywatch when you were a kid.
For sure. For sure. But yeah, who made that? Like, it's a weird thing.
These are cool. I mean, they're vintage now.
They are vintage now, yeah. The Illuminators. They look cool when they're like all built up.
They do.
They're like, and if you were to put black light on those, they look phenomenal.
Put them
I've seen it
with
like
your
that.
uranium glass.
Yeah, they look really cool.
That would look awesome. Yeah, I mean, like neon monsters. What's cooler than that? You got the
Surprisingly,
Wolfman.
those really don't sell for that much. Too.
No,
like,
nobody
there's
really cares.
A ton of overstock of them.
Oh yeah. But the funny thing is, like, this Dracula totally looks like Christopher Walken. Like, it doesn't even look like Dracula.
King Kong Cup.
That's cool.
76.
That poor mermaid had a bad spray tan. Poor thing. More Donald Duck. And this is like a Donald Duck, like, pimp chain.
This is all because of this one guy on the channel who mentioned about Donald Duck toys, and now, for some reason, Donald Duck seems to make it into every episode now.
You brought it to our attention.
I know. Now I feel
Obligated
to film Donald every
What's wrong
time.
with Donald? He's a duck. I like ducks.
I
You
heard
can
that
get
about
a
you.
Donald Duck pimp chain. And your dad, of
This
course,
is my
makes an
dad.
appearance.
Yeah.
On a watch this time.
Yep. This time my dad's found on a watch.
It's a good thing we don't buy everything
And a
we find with
toothbrush.
your dad on it. We'd be broke.
And a toothbrush. I know, you would think I had some Flintstones pieces in my collection. I actually don't own anything Flintstones.
No,
in
not
my
a bit.
collection. I should get a couple of vintage pieces.
Yeah.
Just to
We've come across some cool Flintstone stuff over the years. That's
New York
cool.
World's Fair.
You see a lot of stuff from that, which is cool to see.
That's like a promo for Miller High Life. They
Yeah.
used to do the they did
Monsters and
for a while.
beer.
Yeah, they were doing monsters for everything for a while, from like Doritos to
Yeah, it was
like
like in the
fruit
90s, they
snacks
went
and
crazy with it.
Crazy, yeah.
I like that, though.
Bobby's World.
Remember that show.
Howie Mandel.
I miss, like, they don't have cool Happy Meal toys anymore. Glad I grew up when I did.
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, they brought the pumpkin buckets back out.
They
That's
did.
pretty cool.
Respect for that.
But then again, a Happy Meal now is going to be like $17, so.
Yeah. It's like the pumpkin bucket alone. It's like $7. If you want some nuggets in it, it's going to cost you. Chewbacca. It's always cool to see the
You
old
can do
Halloween
his
catching.
voice, can't you? Can you do that?
It's been a
same?
really long time.
You're not going to do
and
it? You're not going to give it to him?
No, because then I'll have to go back and redo the audio. I
right.
love these, the little quarter machine thingies.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Like,
Yeah, this like,
a simpler
they
time.
get the little moon finks. Moon goons.
Moon Goons.
Moon goons, yeah.
I know, I always want to call them the wrong thing.
Well, they are. They're fink-ish.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
the little fink aesthetic
Moon
going,
goons.
but they're Moon Goons.
Yeah, those are neat.
I don't know, like, when I was a kid, like, it was mostly just, like, the little sticky things you'd, like, flick your dad in the back of the head with while he was driving home from the grocery store and he'd freak out. Like, I didn't get these.
WFMU.
Nice. A
It's
van
weird.
down by the river.
Yeah. A lot of interesting Battlestar Galactica stuff. That's not a show. I tried watching Battlestar Galactica. I had bought from a estate sale. Somebody had taped like original episodes of Battlestar Galactica with the commercials still intact
Wow.
from the original airing. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm going to pick these up. And then I'll try to watch it and whatever. But it was like, I could not get into that show at all. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Just wasn't your thing.
Welcome Back, Cotter. Sweat Hogs. That's another one I wasn't a big,
Yeah, it
maybe
used
it's
to come
because
on Nick
it's-
at Night.
I
and
think
I'd
it's
be
because
like,
it's before my time or something. I just
Yeah.
don't get the
Well, like,
up
I
your
like,
nose with a rubber hose.
we like stuff from before our time. It's just some things I don't think translated. Like, I loved DuckTales when I was a kid, and if I try to watch it now, I'm like, eh. I mean,
Yeah.
the
For
the
some
theme
reason,
song's a
I
banger,
tend to
but-
connect to stuff that's like from my grandparents' age.
Yeah.
Which is weird. My favorite era being like, the 50s and early 60s. So it's like,
That was the
that's
best
my
time.
grandmother's
you know,
time.
the best pop culture. Best music, best pop culture.
Yeah, even now when I see it like aesthetically, I just think it's the most interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Classic David Lee Roth magazines. I wonder if people still collect Welcome Back Kotter stuff, you know?
I mean, somebody's got to, I guess, if, like, it's showing up in antique malls.
There's the real Cassidy right there. So
the most important Cassidy
that's
of all.
right. The most by far.
And the Bee Gees, of course.
Cassidy.
And what is next to it? Is that a Slow Loris?
That was a show right there, that show, 321 Contact, when I was a little kid, when they'd wheel in the TV into class.
Oh, those were...
On the stand.
Those were good, yeah.
And they'd put it on. It was like, they'd show old episodes of 321 Contact.
We didn't have that,
which
but...
was just like weird space. They'd show like space stuff on it and like weird cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, that thing was in great shape, that Planet of the Apes trash can.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see, you know, when you see them in that condition, it's like, wow, how did this survive?
Yeah, it was
all
a
these
trash
years?
can. It wasn't meant to be taken care of.
No. That one right there, somebody
That looks
took
awesome.
really good care of that.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like that robot more than the show.
Yeah.
Vincent. Robot
It's
Vincent.
cute. It's always cool to see Twilight Zone stuff. Not enough stuff from Twilight Zone.
Well, there is now. I
Yeah.
mean, there was nothing back in the day.
True.
There's those cups from that 90s. That's like the Doritos.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the Doritos
Look all whacked out.
promotion. Yeah.
Oh, cool pins.
Mothman's now become one of the monsters.
I know, man. He's more famous than he's ever been.
He's pretty big right now, yeah.
Yeah.
People love Mothman.
Like, people I work with know who Mothman is.
Dark Shadows.
That's cool. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I had that Spider-Man wallet when I was a kid.
That's cool.
Laser tag, yeah. I didn't have laser tag. We had the cheaper version that you get from Child World, Photon. We had Photon. My parents are like, laser tag's like $70. It's not happening. We don't like you that much. You're getting Photon for $29.99 at Child World.
Did you ever like go to one of those laser tag places, like with your friends when you were growing up? The Italian Penguin here.
Yeah. I went to that, you know, like one of the mall ones or something. That's cool.
I love those
pinball
things.
Game with the Ultimate Warrior on it.
I know, that's so cool.
And that thing was pretty cool.
I know, one day you'll have to tell your Ultimate Warrior story on here.
I will. I got a great Ultimate Warrior story.
So stay tuned for that, guys, because you're going to want to hear it, but we got to wait for the right moment.
Yeah.
So that nothing distracts you from it. I wish I could find a way to animate it, honestly.
Star Trek. I like that. I love old Star Trek. Oh my god. The
Old
60s Star Trek is
yeah.
fantastic.
That's so cute.
Smiley Slinky.
Yeah. Old
That's what was cool about
Slinky.
mascots. Yeah, mascots back in the day, man. Like,
Yeah.
everything was happy, smiley, you know,
Yeah.
good times, bouncy. Like, that's...
There's no mascots anymore.
They have that thing now with the insurance company. It's like, we don't need mascots. It's like, that's why I'll never have you as an insurance company.
It's like, I don't care what your rates are. It's a no, sir.
No mascot, no business.
Exactly.
Forget
Like,
it.
you give me a cute mascot, I'll pay extra. I don't care.
It's weird some of the stuff kids play with back in the day, right? Like, who wanted to play with the McDonald's house? Like, you know what? I want to put my figures in McDonald's. Like,
Yeah. They didn't
McDonald's was a big thing. That cup is cool. My mom had that cup.
Oh, I was wondering why you were so fixated on this.
I was, and that's probably what I'm saying right here is my mom had this cup. That's amazing. Wow.
That's cool,
It's
though.
funny how we all do that, right?
I know,
You
like,
get older.
those
you're
little
like-
things.
you're like, my mom had this.
Like, stupid things. You're just like, it just... And that's the cool thing about going to antique malls, especially, is, like, you see stuff that you didn't think about.
There you go.
This is hilarious. I mean, look at this box. First of all, it's Feely Mealy, a game that gives you a funny feeling. Look at this chick.
I know.
And they're all, like, putting their hands in the box,
Stick
like...
your stuff in her box,
Like...
and it will give you a funny feeling.
Like, look
And
at
game is
look at
called
their
Feeling Mealy.
faces.
I know, they're all happy.
Like, oh my god.
Sticking it, and look at her face. She's like...
And it's like, oh my god. And
Yeah.
all their hands are in the box at the same time.
And then, because there's finger puppets,
my
that's
God.
why. I think every kid had this.
Yeah, something along the lines of it.
Yeah, I had one of those. Every kid had that thing. And you still see a ton of them now. Like, the Fisher-Price toys are, like, immortal.
They really are.
They really are. They're, like, totally
Those things are
immortal.
indestructible.
They're going to outlive us all. I still see Fisher-Price toys that are, like, 50, 60 years old at yard
Yeah.
sales.
Like,
It's
an
crazy.
ancient civilization is going to dig them up one day and be like, what the hell is this?
Monchichis.
Monchichis. Again, like, so much, like, random, like, rack toy type stuff.
Mm.
Lots of VHS, too. You see a lot of VHS in these, and it's always cool to look through, because, you know, I always saw VHS growing up, and it was, like, it brings you back. I like that one.
I
wanna get
don't.
that one.
I'm on the other side of the fence. I don't get the VHS love
Like,
the way a lot of people do.
I don't buy them,
That's
but like
cool.
that is cool.
The Fembot in the box. That thing was in great shape.
Yeah.
I think it was in like super nice shape.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, you really had to look around, but they really had some cool Mego stuff.
Mego was making figures out of everybody. There's the Captain and Tennille.
It's like, yeah, why not? We'll do Captain and
Which,
Tennille.
when all the Captain dolls didn't sell, they like repurposed them into Paul Stanley.
I was like, it's fine. We'll just turn them into Paul
Which is such
Stanleys.
a great story. They were like, you know what? Nobody's buying these Captain dolls. Like, all right, make them Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Then they'll sell. That's hilarious.
I wonder
really,
how many.
Who wanted to play with Captain and Tennille?
No one.
You know what I mean?
No little kid was like, Mommy, I want the Captain and
playing
Tennille
with that.
Mego dolls.
That's cool, the old Green Hornet lunchbox. My dad traded away his Green Hornet lunchbox so I could get a Kiss one when I was a little kid. So
Oh.
shout out to him.
Shout out.
That's Ben Cooper Frankenstein laying there.
This is funny. He's like bootleg Barney's Love Dino.
I know.
That's
The
just
Love
hilarious.
Dino.
It's so much worse. Like, you could have called it literally anything else.
No, I think Love Dino is perfect.
Oh my
I
god.
love that box art.
Yeah.
Big shot cannon. And
Electro shot.
that's one of the things I just love about antique stores. It's just the variety and just you never know what you're gonna see and just it really is like little time travel things. When you go in, you take a look at everything and it's like you see stuff that
Urkel.
you're just not used to seeing all the time, and I like that time travel
Yeah.
thing where you can be like, oh wow, that's cool, or whatever, different stuff. You get the nostalgia things. You remember this, remember that. There's some freakies cars.
Those are cool. Donald.
Yeah, he's
Back
always
by popular demand.
Donald Duck straws. Dr. was that Dr. Boy? Dr. Boy. Bootleg Game Boy. Dr. Boy.
I love the name of the bootleg stuff. What is going on there, though?
That's a party.
Yeah, that's like... You're like, wait, what is that? Let
Yeah,
me go back to
the
that.
little Vampirella panties with the girl.
Yeah, but what's the girl in the back squatting for?
I don't know. It just looks like something you'd do. What is that? Oh, Nanu, yeah. There's a necklace that says
Dumpy.
Nanu.
Electric drawing set.
It's true. Neat stuff.
Yeah. It's cool to see, like, all this box stuff. And you feel like you're going through somebody's basement.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes that's cool.
Yeah, it is. Dr. Med.
The hairy, scary monsters.
Yeah, this is
Great
cool.
box.
I know.
Non-toxic monster moosh.
Moosh. Because you couldn't call it Play-Doh.
With the old Toys R Us sticker on the side.
Some motorized. Not familiar with this one either.
No, I had never seen that before. I had never seen that toy before.
That's cool.
I think that's Batman in there.
So was it like a Halloween costume type thing?
Yeah.
Just for
like just
all
the
year
suit.
use?
The suit.
Yeah, probably built a little bit more sturdy. Because I guess that they would assume that it was for play at that point.
Cloth,
rather than
yeah. It was
just...
like made out of cloth instead of the vinyl.
Yeah.
I love that box art right there.
That is great. That is really cool.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Hulk just look so good together. Especially
Yeah.
back then. Like the way they look.
Yeah, the way they were drawn then. Definitely.
Great box art.
And lots of stickers too. Lots of cool little sticker packs and what else
Was there
do we
lots
have
of
here?
stickers? I didn't notice.
There's lots of stickers.
I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm. But pop-up pirate.
Yeah, never saw him before.
No, that's cool.
The box is neat. I mean,
Yeah.
some of these costumes they made back then
Yeah,
were
they're like,
ridiculous.
they're just like, hell,
Like,
it's
no
gonna be like a
kid-
lizard and a man.
No
like,
kid wanted to be that.
No.
Literally no. That was like, it's literally Halloween night, and for some reason you lost your costume, and like that's the one
Yeah.
you get.
The Jolly Green Giant one's a little
Yeah.
menacing.
Halco.
That's cool.
Yeah, Alfundo, the old school Dorney Park mascot.
Mm.
That's always cool to see.
Yeah, old pennants are cool too. It's like you don't really see them as often as you would think.
People are
like,
going to be able to use this episode as a drinking game. They drink every time they say cool.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Said it about
You
9,000
might as well
times.
call out of work now tell your boss you decided to play a drinking game while watching our channel.
Shirley Temple.
When I was little, people told me I looked like Shirley Temple because I had curly hair, and it just like stopped being curly at a certain point. Well, it still curls. I just flat iron it. But yeah, they used to tell me I looked like Shirley Temple. And I was like, yeah, no. Like I didn't want to be compared. It's a cool little robot. Which robot's that?
Well, the ones on the bottom, those are Tomy robots. A lot of like knockoff ones. That guy's not vintage. That Martian Invader. Tow-boards from Radio Shack.
Some monsters.
Yep, finally. Famous Monsters fan club pin. There must have been a warehouse find of those fan club pins because those are like everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you compare it to like the Vampirella ones, they're like way harder to find.
Definitely.
Or the creepy and eerie ones are way harder to find than that one. For some reason, those Famous Monsters ones, either that or they sold 1 billion of them, so they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Nope.
Again, nope.
Nope.
Look, it's another nope board.
Yep. Not buying that, especially the old creepy one with the like creepy hooded guy on the front. Forget it.
That's cool. It's an old theater flyer.
Spook show flyer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. It's always cool to see anything old spook show.
You really don't. You don't see spook show stuff that much at all.
No.
Almost never.
Yeah, this stand had a lot of stuff going on in it.
Yeah, weirdo. Half the stand look haunted.
Yeah,
like,
this is the kind of movie, like,
stuff,
you want to look at it, but you're kind of afraid to touch most of it, because you're like, this is probably possessed.
The pinup stuff. I'm a sucker for
That's so cool.
Old school pinup stuff.
Yeah. No, that stuff's awesome, that's why. Oops.
Yeah, right?
This one's just called Oops. But yeah, these are cool. And then the...
Old Play-Doh.
Oh, yeah, that's really cute. I don't think I've ever actually seen any old Play-Doh boxes like that. You see that Bigfoot thing everywhere. Oh, yeah, this is the one where there's, like, a lot of, like, haunted stuff.
Carnival freak sideshow stuff. Weird things, yeah.
Yeah, like, you could stare at
there
this
was, like,
stand all
little
day.
voodoo puppets and stuff in this. I'm like, who's buying it? And it literally said voodoo puppet.
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, like,
No voodoo, please.
I'm not gonna buy
Like,
that.
there's a hand with stuff written on it.
Fraternal Order stuff. Yeah, half these things were haunted.
Definitely haunted.
That puzzle's haunted. That little creepy face thing haunted.
Yeah.
Carol Monroe haunted.
There's a Charles Manson thing, like, definitely, whatever that thing is
who
haunted.
had that? You know, it's weird stuff.
Like, where do you even source these things?
I don't think I want to know where this stuff was sourced from.
I don't know, there's some really... That's so crazy.
Ask for help. Like, you're going to need help if you buy some
Yeah,
of this
you're
stuff,
going to need, like, an
it's-
exorcist and probably some holy water. All sorts of stuff.
Good luck swastikas. Like, what?
You know, no, that's not how that works.
Cool to see Dr. Shock.
Yes.
Cool to see him. Those were not original pins, otherwise those would have come home with me.
Yes.
But
But
those are very cool.
It's cool to see them. Dr. Shock was awesome.
Yeah, got to keep Dr. Shock's memory alive. One of the coolest horror hosts ever.
For sure. It's like the longer you look, the more weird things you see. Like, Laugh House tracks, like, random buttons. Back to the Dr. Shock. But it's a cool little... A lot of circus stuff in this place,
I didn't even realize that was a CD. I actually would have bought that. I didn't even realize that was a CD of, like...
I didn't notice it until I was editing it, so...
That's cool. Universal. Famous Monsters calendar.
That is really cool.
It's missing the bottom part of it, but that is still cool.
Ah.
At that point, it's kind of just the pinup book. It doesn't have the calendar part to it.
Yeah. It's cool to always see creepy and eerie. And then just back outside just to see, you know, if anybody else had really set up anything, and there
Check
really
out the
wasn't
Ecto
anything
one.
new. Yeah. But then we came out here, check out the Ecto one more time before we went back into the air conditioning because it was ridiculously hot.